Dance. Stay down.
Greetings, folks. You're tuned in with Haj Boyle Hassan, kickboxing teacher and coach from out of the East Bay, California. We're here for a Montu Arts Spotlight, and today's subject is Steve James. Steve James was born Stephen Wesley James on February 19, 1952 in New York City to father Hubert Leslie Hubie James and Dolores. Raised primarily in the bustling neighborhoods of the city, James grew up in a household that emphasized creativity and performance, shaped by his immediate family's involvement in the arts, being that his father, a well-known professional trumpet player, his mother, Dolores, a dancer, and his actor uncle, James Wall, which would connect him into acting later on. His training in Fu Jiao Pai, a style of tiger claw kung fu, in addition to Taekwondo, provided the physical foundation for his stunt capabilities, began sometime in the 1970s, enabling him to perform demanding action sequences. Steve James was a dedicated practitioner of Fu Jiao Pai, this tiger claw kung fu style, which he owned as a key element of his personal discipline, physical conditioning as well. His interest in martial arts was profoundly shaped by influential figures in the genre, including Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, whom he cited as major inspirations for his own approach to the craft. Steve James' personal commitment to Fu Jiao Pai involved rigorous training that built his imposing muscular physique, allowing him to authentically portray physically dominant characters in action cinema. This expertise extended professionally, where he applied his skills in stunt coordination and fight choreography across multiple films, ensuring dynamic and realistic combat sequences. During the first half of the 80s, Steve James continues to land small roles in TV series such as Hooker, such as Sheriff Fairby, and also Code Lisa. But it was not until 1985 that Steve James entered on board in the action cinema, thanks to the film that stuck to the skin of the years, American Ninja, as Corporal Curtis Jackson, where he starred alongside Michael Dudikoff. He continued to play the same character, Curtis Jackson, in the sequels. Unlike many actors of the genre in that era who used stunt doubles for complex choreography, Steve James' authentic background allowed him to perform his own fighting sequences, often integrating his own explosive style into his roles. In addition, Steve James also appeared in the following: The Exterminator 1980 as Michael Jefferson, a Vietnam veteran whose paralyzing injury drives the film's vigilante plot, as well as appearing in The Delta Force in 1986 as Bobby, a member of the elite unit led by Chuck Norris. By the way, he also appeared in Avenging Force, once again with Michael Dudikoff. In his most notable roles, he seemed to be relegated as the charismatic street-smart sidekick who often overshadowed the lead in his fight scenes. Throughout the 1980s, Steve James established a pattern of embodying reliable, physically dominant black sidekicks in action cinema, providing charismatic support and injecting authenticity into productions like the American Ninja series, where his roles anchored his reputation as a genre staple. Critics and fans often noted his superior fight choreography compared to some leads, crediting his martial arts background for more fluid, impactful sequences that elevated otherwise formulaic films. By the early 1990s, he was on the verge of mainstream stardom, having filmed the pilot for the TV series Mantis, which ultimately starred brother Carl Lumley, and being considered for the role of Jax in the original Mortal Kombat movie. On December 18, 1993, Steve James passed away of pancreatic cancer in his home in Burbank, California at the age of 41. He is survived by his wife, Christine Pan James, and his daughter from a previous marriage, Debbie James. His widow was a writer and an actor, and his daughter, a model and singer. His last roles in the feature film Blood Fist 5, Human Target with Don the Dragon Wilson, and the pilot for the TV series Mantis. The pilot first aired on Fox just a few weeks after his death. He was also scheduled to star as Jackson Briggs in 1995's Mortal Kombat until his death, as previously mentioned. Eulogies at Steve's funeral service were delivered by Sidney Poitier, as his widow, Chris, was employed by Mr. Poitier. His father, Hugh B. James, was present, and his friend John A. Gallagher and Christine Pan James were also present. His daughter, Debbie James, has shared personal reflections on her father's legacy, noting in tributes how his roles as both an actor and a family man continue to inspire her. As of 2025 up to now, his daughter, Debbie James, has continued to honor his legacy through interviews and involvement in restorations of his films, such as Riverbend. That's it on our segment for this time. Till the next time, salams, peace, and prosperity. Peace.
You picked the wrong rooftop tonight, ninjas. Stay down. Class dismissed.